uh, Finance Commission. Okay, so it's a very important constitutional body. So this is the most important point to note down. When you hear about any commission, okay, like Election Commission, Finance Commission, National Commission for Women or National Commission for Minorities, first important point to note down is regarding whether it is a constitutional body, whether it is a statutory body or an extra constitutional body. Okay, so it's a constitutional body. Okay, Finance Commission is a constitutional body. Reason being, because Finance Commission is mentioned in the Constitution. Any body which is mentioned in the Constitution and it is related with some articles of the Constitution, they are constitutional body. So Finance Commission, Election Commission, all are constitutional bodies. Okay, for example, this National Commission for Women is just a statutory body, or National Human Rights Commission is a statutory body. They are created by a law. They are not mentioned in the Constitution. Okay, and if any body, if it is not mentioned in the Constitution and it is not created by any law, then we call that body as extra constitutional body. For example, Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is not created, is not mentioned in the Constitution. It is not created by any law, but it is created by an executive order. Okay, so we call it as Niti Aayog is an extra constitutional body. So these basic things you need to keep in mind. Okay. Now regarding Finance Commission, okay, have an idea. So Article 280 explicitly, this is very important. Okay, Article 280 explicitly deals with Finance Commission, but even Article 270, 273, 275, which deals with center-state financial relation, is also mentioning about Finance Commission. Okay, so that you need to keep in mind. Okay, so also need to keep in mind that okay, we have two Finance Commission, one for the center and one for the states. Okay, so while dealing with Panchayat and municipalities, we have discussed about the State Finance Commission. Okay, so these articles which is talking about Finance Commission of the center, Union Finance Commission, or generally we will call it as Finance Commission. Okay, so that you keep in mind. Okay, now important thing regarding Finance Commission is that okay, Finance Commission is set up on a regular 5-year interval, and its recommendation is applicable for 5 years. Okay, so as of now, the latest Finance Commission is 15th Finance Commission, and its recommendation is applicable to the financial year starting from 2020 to 2025. Okay, so that also you need to keep in mind. So, and once the recommendation is accepted by the central government, the role of the Finance Commission get over. Okay, so Finance Commission, at every 5-year interval, the central government will appoint a Finance Commission and it will recommend, Finance Commission will recommend to the President, okay, recommend to the President certain measures relating to the distribution of financial resources between the Union and the state. Okay, now you need to understand why this constitutional body or Finance Commission is very important. Okay, so in the center-state financial relations, we already discussed that the maximum revenue or resources or taxation power is vested with the center compared to the states. So central government is having more financial resources compared to the state financial compared to the state financial resources. So there is a mechanism inbuilt in our constitution which says that okay, which says that the center have to share or distribute their own taxes, center's taxes with the state. So in order to avoid any conflict or in order to ensure transparency in this financial distribution, a constitutional body called Finance Commission is set up, and the most important function of the Finance Commission is that it will recommend how the central taxes or the central financial resources to be distributed between the center to the state. Okay, so you know that currently after Jammu and Kashmir became a union territory, okay, there are 28 states are there. There are 28 states are there. State 1, State 2, State 28. Okay, so this is, so what the Finance Commission will recommend is that okay, Finance Commission will recommend the sender, how the sender will be or how much percentage of the taxes will be transferred from the center to the states. Okay. So that you need to keep in mind. So this is what is called as vertical devolution. This word is very important. Okay. Vertical devolution. Vertically, that is from center to the state. So for example, the center will say that, okay, as per the latest finance commission, okay, 15th finance commission have recommended that 41% of the divisible pool, that we'll discuss regarding divisible pool. For time being, understand it is the mainly divisible pool consists of all the central taxes except cess and surcharge. Okay. So 15th Finance Commission says that 41% of the central taxes have to be given to all the 28 states. Okay. Now, if so, out of this 41%, not every state will not get equal share. Okay. There are certain parameters based on which states will get, for example, state like Kerala, Uttar Pradesh will get more, smaller states will get lesser. So there are, but many parameters are considered while giving 22, out of this 41%, how much each state should be given will be decided again by the Finance Commission. Okay. So this is what is called as, so dividing the 41% between the 28 states is what is called as horizontal devolution. So both vertical devolution and horizontal devolution, okay, how much center have to give to all the states, and how much each state will get is recommended by the Finance Commission. Okay. And as of now, all the Finance Commission recommendations regarding the distribution of financial resources between the center and the states have been accepted by the central government. That is since it is a constitutional body. So in that way, since everybody knows, every state knows how much they will get. And this is an independent and autonomous and as well as a constitutional body. So there is nobody will complain regarding the functionings of Finance Commission. Okay. So be very clear. So this recommendation, so Finance Commission is, for that reason it is very important. Finance Commission, for the prelims point of view, you need to see that, okay, Finance Commission recommend to the President only. It gives its recommendation to the President, okay, regarding the distribution of financial resources between the center and the states. Okay. So it makes regarding the devolution taxes between the center and state from the divisible pool. I told you what is the divisible pool. Divisible consists of all the union taxes except cess and surcharge, okay, which includes all central taxes excluding surcharge and cess, which is constitutionally mandated to share with the states. Okay. So constitutionally, other than cess and surcharge completely, the center can take all the union taxes have to be shared by the center with the states. And who will recommend that? It is the Finance Commission only. Few questions have been asked, okay, from Finance Commission. So be very clear regarding this particular point. Now, regarding the composition and tenure of the Finance Commission, okay. So Article 280, I told you this article is the most important article. Okay, Article 280 and 281 is exclusively dealing with the Finance Commission. The article number is not important, but have an idea what Article 280 says, that Finance Commission is appointed by the President. Okay, so another important point. So most of the constitutional bodies, their members, including chairman, is appointed by the President only. Okay, so it is appointed by the President, and the Finance Commission consists of chairman and 4 members. Okay, so every 5 years we know that a Finance Commission will be set up. So what is the composition of a Finance Commission? Finance Commission will consist of a chairman and 4 other members. And normally regarding the tenure, I told you, even though every 5 years they are appointed, their tenure is not for 5 years. Once their recommendation is accepted by the central government, their role is got over. Okay, so that you need to keep in mind. Okay, unlike for example Election Commission and they are all fully active. Finance Commission, after its recommendation is accepted by the central government, then its role is over. Okay, and so regarding what is their tenure, they will hold office. They are not saying that, okay, 5 years is the tenure of the Finance Commission. They says that the Finance Commission will hold office for such period as specified by the President in his order, presidential order. Okay, so President in the order which appoints the Finance Commission will say that how long this commission will be there. So mainly the time a finance commission will normally function is till they will make the recommendation until it is accepted by the central government. Okay. And another point to note down is that the members of the finance commission is eligible for reappointment. Okay. So that is another important point. There is no problem of, there is no restriction that once you are a part of a finance commission, it is not stopping them to be a member of the next finance commission. Okay. They are eligible for reappointment. Okay. And so there is a provision in the Article 280 also says that Parliament, if they want, they can make a law mentioning the finer details or the qualifications for the members of the finance commission. Okay. So for that purpose, finance commission, as per the constitutional obligation, means constitution saying that Parliament can make a law. Parliament enacted a law in 1951. What the law is? Finance Commission Miscellaneous Provision Act 1951. So an act was enacted by the Parliament in 1951. Okay, and this act clearly lays down the qualification of these 4 members and the chairman. Okay, so in order to become a member of the Finance Commission, what should be the members' qualification is not mentioned in the Constitution. Rather, it is mentioned in this law, Finance Commission Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1951. Now we will see that what are the qualifications mentioned in this law. Okay, it says that the chairperson must be a person having experience in public affairs. So the chairperson of the Finance Commission should be a person having experience in public affairs. That is what it is saying. So note down, they can ask you the qualification for the chairman or chairperson as well as the members. Now regarding the other 4 members, sorry. Regarding the 4 members qualification, 4 members one person should be a High Court judge or one qualified to be appointed as such. Okay. So out of the 4 members, one person should be either a High Court judge or a person who is qualified to become a High Court judge. That is one member's qualification. Second member qualification is that a person having a special knowledge of the finances and accounts of the government. A person having special knowledge of the finance and accounts of the government. That is the second member's qualification. Third member should be is a person having wide experience in financial matters and administration. That is the third person's qualification. Fourth one is having a special knowledge of economics. Okay. So basically you can see that mainly those who are having, who was a part of the government, who is having a financial background, financial administration background, is been appointed. But to also have a law expert, a person who is qualified to be High Court judge or High Court judge himself is appointed in this panel. So this is very, very important. They can ask you the qualification of the 4 members as well as the chairperson. Chairperson also you keep in mind. Okay, a person having experience in public affairs. Now, what is the duty of the Finance Commission? This is very, very, very important. Okay, a lot of times UPSC question. Okay, the functions or the duty of the Finance Commission. Okay, you know that Finance Commission is appointed by the President and Finance Commission make recommendations to the President. Now regarding the function, the first and the most important function is that, or duty is that, it will recommend, Finance Commission will recommend, we already discussed, the distribution between the Union and the states of the net proceed of taxes which are to be divided between the center and the states as well as between the different states. Okay. So that we already discussed. That is the most important function. The distribution of financial resources between the union and the states, that is vertical devolution, as well as for each states, that is horizontal devolution. So distribution of financial resources is the most important function. Second is, so you already discussed in the center state financial resources what is called as grant in aid. Other than the center transferring a certain percentage of its share from its taxes, it also gives grants. You know that if it is a grant means the state need not to pay back. Unlike loan, it is a grant. Okay. So while giving grants to the states, what principle should be followed by the sender will be recommended by the Finance Commission. Okay. So the principles which should govern the grants in aid of the revenues of the states out of the consolidated fund of India. See, try to understand, all the central taxes going to the consolidated fund of India. Okay. Okay. So, but keep this in mind. This, we know that all the taxes going to the consolidated fund of India. From there, sender is transferring certain percentage to the states. Same way, okay, from, see, grants, if the sender have to give any payment, any grants in aid to the state, it should be from, the money should be from the consolidated fund of India. We already discussed what is consolidated fund of India. Okay. So, from out, if the sender is giving grants in aid to the states from the consolidated fund of India, what principle should be followed? Should be recommended by the respective Finance Commission. So, second is that the principles regarding grants in aid, while giving grants in aid to the states, to the revenues of the states, should be recommended by the Finance Commission. These are the two most important functions of Finance Commission. One is distribution of financial resources between the union and the states, as well as how each state will be allocated. Is one important function. Second is regarding grants in aid, while sender gives grants in aid to the states, what is should be the principle to be followed? That is another important function of the Finance Commission. Third function was added after the 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment. We know that what is 73rd and 74th Constitution. 73rd Constitutional Amendment created Panchayat. 74th Constitutional Amendment created municipalities. So we have created a third tier of government, urban local government as well as the rural local government, that is Panchayat and the municipalities. Okay. So here we also know that there are state finance commissioners, that we also know that this local bodies does not have the necessary financial resources, and state, since the state does not have sufficient financial resources, the state transferring financial resources to the local bodies is relatively less. So an additional responsibility was given to the Union Finance Commission, where it will, while giving recommendation, it will, what it will do is, it will also recommend, Finance Commission will also recommend the measures need to be measures needed to augment the consolidated fund of a state. Okay, from the consolidated fund of the state only, the state will transfer to the local bodies. So, how the consolidated fund of a state can be augmented, can be improved, okay, that measures will be recommended by the Finance Commission, so that the Panchayat and the municipalities will be having sufficient resources where, so the states, see, we know that, try to understand that, we know that like in the case of Union Finance Commission, State Finance Commission will recommend from the consolidated fund of the state, fund will be transferred to the local bodies. So this is the function of the State Finance Commission. But this consolidated fund of the state should have necessary resources. Then only it can transfer. Even if the State Finance Commission recommendation to be accepted and to transfer to the local body, this consolidated fund of the state need to have sufficient resources. So, in order to ensure that there is proper devolution of fund to the local body, what the Union Finance Commission will do, as this third function, it will recommend some measures where to improve the consolidated fund of the state, so that fund can be transferred, there will be sufficient fund to transfer to the local bodies. Maybe one of the ways that the Union Finance Commission will recommend certain grants for panchayats and municipalities, so that since grants are going to the consolidated fund of the state, from that fund the state can allocate money to the panchayats and municipal bodies, okay, municipalities, okay. So this is the third function. This function was added after the 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment. Then don't get confused with the word here, State Finance Commission is used. So don't get, this is Union Finance Commission. State Finance Commission role is to recommend to that particular state government how much to be transferred to the panchayat and municipalities, but the state should have financial resources, but that how the state financial resources can be improved, it can be with the help of center. So how much center will give to the state to transfer to the panchayat and municipality will be decided by the Finance Commission, Union Finance Commission recommendation. That is the third point you should note down. Next is any other matter which the president in the interest of sound finance will recommend. Okay. So these are the three general functions. Other than that, for each finance commission, president may mention certain matters. For example, president asked to the finance commission, earlier finance commissions, okay, before implementing GST, what will be the impact of GST on financial matters, etc. So any matters which is very important interest of sound finance can be referred by the president to the finance commission. So based on the term of reference the president gives, the Union Finance Commission will have a detailed study and finally it will give its recommendation. But the first three are most important. Now we will try to solve some questions. Which one of the following authorities recommends the principles governing the grants in aid of the revenues to the states out of the Consol Fund of India? This is the second function of the Finance Commission and the answer is A, Finance Commission. Direct question. In the year 2000, UPSC asked this question, what is the primary function of the Finance Commission? The primary function of the Finance Commission is, if you look into all the choices, we will get to know that the primary function is to distribute revenue between the center and the states. A is your answer. Annual budget is no. Advising the president on financial matters, no. Allocate funds to various ministries of the union and state government, no. Answer is A.